My name is Emike, and we are here today to talk about active living in a digital world. So I'm just going to start by saying, he already said who I am. My experience in this space, I've been in this space for nearly 10 years now, and I've had the good fortune to have vast experience across different populations and also like different specialties in this space. What we are going to be talking about today, we are going to be looking at all of this. We're going to be talking about what is exercise, how does it benefit us, what's the difference between physical activity and exercise. We have to understand what are the risks of prolonged sitting, because you are in this industry where you have to sit for long periods of time when you're doing your work. It's just the nature of the job. And this has its own effects on your body and your health. So we have to look at all of that and practical tips that you can use to stay active in your day-to-day, as well as just a little interactive Q&A where we are going to be talking about the barriers to your fitness and how you can overcome that. But first, it's a fitness session, right? So we have to do some movement. You've been sitting and listening and talking all day. So we are going to play a little game. It's called Walk Stop, and this is how it goes. We're going to stand up, everyone, and I know the chairs are arranged a little bit tightly, so if you need to move out a little bit to the lanes to find some space, that's okay. So when I say walk, you're just going to walk, and when I say stop, you have to stop. You don't have to go far. You can just take a few steps in your area. So can we try that, everyone, please? Let's start on our feet. Let's start on our feet, please, from the middle there and at the back as well. All right. So it's very easy, right? So when I say walk, we walk. When I say stop, we stop. Do we all have it? Yes? Awesome. Okay, walk. Stop. Walk. Stop. Walk. Stop. Okay. Now we are going to switch it up and try something a little bit tricky. Right now, stop is walk and walk is stop. So that means when I say stop, I need you to walk. And when I say walk, I need you to stop. Do we have it? Okay. Stop. Walk. Stop. Walk. Stop. Walk. All right, we have it. Awesome. So we are going to level 2 now. It's like a game, right? So yes. Yes, so exactly. So in level 2, we have 2 new commands coming in. The first one is say your name, okay? So when I say your name, you have to say your name. If it's John, Amy, whatever your name is, you say it. If it's Emike, yeah. And then when I say jump, you just do this. But now what I want us to do is this. I want us to try to do it at the same time. So just jump. Everybody, we're going to try. Okay, so let's play that out. Say your name. Okay, jump. Okay, let's try again. Say your name. Jump. All right, so we're bringing everything together now. Walk is walk. Stop is stop. Say your name is say your name. Jump is you're jumping together. Are you ready? All right. Walk. Stop. Say your name. Jump. All right. Walk. Say your name. Stop. jump, walk, say your name, stop, jump. All right, now we are going to level 2.5, where we are switching it up. So right now, stop is walk, walk is stop, say your name is jump, and jump is say your name. Can we remember this? We are going to try. Let's have a practice round, okay? So let's start from stop. Stop. Walk. Say your name. Jump. Stop. Walk. Say your name. Jump. Wow, well done, everyone. That was amazing. All right, let's go back to our seats, and we can go with the rest of the session. Well done. All right. So I'm sure we've seen or we've heard all these words, or we've seen it on the internet, or we've heard it in conversation. Physical activity, exercise, active living is something people say a lot, but we need to know what's the difference between all of this. Are these the same things, or is there a slight difference between them? So if you look at physical activity, this is all the movements that uses your muscles, that require you to use more energy than when you are asleep. So that means when you're walking to walk, when you're coming down the stairs, when you're lifting, doing anything, all activity, all physical activity that allows you to use more energy, that is physical activity, all movement. Then we have exercise. So exercise is a type of physical activity, but one that is planned, that is structured. You have a goal, right, that you're working towards. So exercise is, okay, maybe I want to manage my weight. I want to lose so amount of pounds. And because of that, I have to do this program 3 times a week for 4 weeks or 8 weeks. And I'm going to the gym, or I'm doing this in my house. But you have a plan. That's exercise. It's specific. Then you have active living. Now, active living is more of a concept. So it has to do with you incorporating that physical activity in your daily life in different ways, any way that you can. It's just about making choices, right? Active choices in your life. For example, if you're going to the office and you decide, oh, let me take the stairs instead of the lifts, that's you making an active choice. If you decide to walk a little distance to the store instead of driving, that's an active choice. And all these little things can add up to make you, to improve your fitness generally. So it's literally all connected: active living, physical activity, and exercise. Okay, moving on. There's a lot of research in exercise and physical activity that shows us the problem today, what we are facing. The WHO, they released a research earlier this year that showed that 31% of adults globally are not meeting the physical activity recommendations. Now, this is something that we're also going to look at a few minutes into this session. I'm going to show you what those recommendations are. And then a 34% increase in mortality rates for cardiovascular diseases, that's like high blood pressure, heart disease, was also observed in people that sit longer at work compared to those that do not. So that means that if you already know that you have that tendency to sit for long because of your job, you have to start thinking proactively. And then a 15 to 30 minutes increase in leisure time activity, in physical activity, in just going to the gym or increasing the activity level, just 30 minutes in a day or 15 minutes in a day, was shown to increase was shown to reduce the effects of prolonged sitting. So what that research showed was that people that decided that, oh, I'm going to take 15, 20, 30 minutes out of my day, every day, to do something active, right? They found out that those people had lower chances of having those side effects of sitting. Now, why should all this matter? Why are we talking about this? Let's look at the dangers of sitting. Now, just imagine that you're, a typical day, you have your tasks, you're at your desk, whether at home or in the office, and you are sitting down for 6, 7, 8 hours, 9, I don't know how many hours you sit at a stretch, but this is what happens. After some time, you'll notice that your neck starts to get tense, and I'm sure you feel that sometimes. You have to rub your necks or stretch it when you're walking. Your upper back muscles, your traps, they start to get strained. Your lower back disc starts to bulge. Sometimes that leads to lower back pain. Your hips get weaker. Knee pain can start to develop. You could even have a pinched sciatica nerve. That's a radiating pain from like the back of your thigh up to your lower back and things like that. Also, when you sit for that long, you are at a higher risk for cardiovascular diseases like hypertension. You're at a higher risk for metabolic diseases as well, like diabetes. So these are some of the problems, but these are things that you can come in front of. You can be proactive and change that in your life. All right, so let's just move on to unpacking this thing. Like, it's not so dramatic, right? We have to just bring it down into little bits. So what does exercise do for us? Why should we even, partake in this? So it can help improve your mood, improve your posture. It can help you improve your body confidence, reduce stress, help you with your weight management, help you get stronger bones and joints, help improve flexibility, even cognitive function, improve your health, quality of life, better sleep, and also improve your muscle tone. So these are just some of the benefits of exercise. And during a typical work day, of course, we have to look at different ways that you can do that. But before we get into that, let's look at what the WHO recommends for physical activity. Now, the recommendation is athletes 150 to 300 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic physical activity per week. So that's about, let's say, 30 minutes a day for 3 days a week, right? And this is just a little bite-sized time that you can find some time in your schedule to carve out. And even if you can't get that 30 minutes at once, you can do 15 minutes here, you can do 15 minutes there, right? That's for moderate activity. And then even for vigorous activity, you can even do 20 minutes for 3 days a week. Let's look at other recommendations. So another recommendation they have is to reduce the amount of sedentary time. And what is sedentary? That's the period of time that you're not being active. So if you're sitting, that's sedentary behavior. You're just lying, that's sedentary behavior. So if you reduce that amount of time that you're spending sitting, it could help boost health benefits in your life. And also, you can also replace some of those sedentary moments with physical activity of any intensity. And I like to preach the gospel of walking a lot because walking is a very underrated physical activity with so many great benefits. And it's something you can easily do in your area, in your estate, in your house, wherever you stay. If you have a road, just look for like a safe time. You come out, you do like a 30-minute walk, helps you clear your mind, gives you great physical benefits. All right, now let's look at active living. So these are some of the ways that you can incorporate active living into your life. You could look at active transport. in terms of walking to short distances instead of taking a bus or taking a keke or driving, right? You could look at active chores, moving around in your house and doing those chores, not leaving everything up to like robots all the time. Stretches in between work. So while you're seated at your desk, after like an hour, you could stand up and do some stretches, or if you notice that, oh, I've been here for 2 hours, stand up, go take a walk, come back, do some stretches. These are just different examples of incorporating active living into your life. Then let's look at practical tips that we can use. So if you're a freelancer, you're working from home, these particular tips can also work for even office workers as well, right? The first one is short active breaks. So research has shown that if you get up and move every hour, it helps. Now, I know that that might not be as practical, especially if you're in the midst of work, but then there are some ways you could help yourself remember by setting like movement alerts on your phone that remind you that, oh, just get up and move, and that can really help. You could use standing desks. If you have a standing desk, you could also utilize that. I know some offices have that. And if you're able to get that at home, you could also look into that for those that work remotely. And even desk-based exercises, but we're going to look at that in just a minute. Then we have fitness tech. You're into tech, so you can really explore that aspect. So there are many apps, there are many devices that you can use now to boost your fitness level. Almost everyone wears a smartwatch these days. You could get a smartwatch, the Apple Watch, or any other one, even Oraimo. They have really good watches. And all you have to do is you can use it as a pedometer to count your steps, daily steps. Some watches are more detailed. They may have rings that you have to close. If you actually follow all of those things and challenge yourself, it can help improve your fitness. And even using some sites like YouTube, although you have to use those wisely because there's a lot of information out there. Also, a home gym setup can really help you. So get a couple of dumbbells or a mat in your house, and you can do exercises from your house. If you have a trainer or use a good fitness app, that can also help you stay fit. And of course, active living, walk, run, jog, pick a sport. It's not always the gym. If you love football, find a place to go play, maybe once or twice a week. If you love badminton, volleyball, whatever it is, swimming, just find one sport or one active thing and involve yourself in it. Yeah, so for individuals, I always recommend that you find something you like and you stick to it. You create a routine. You try to just pick a particular time of the day, and then you keep doing your activities at that time. Creating a routine can help you stick better. And I always recommend mornings because the day can just get away from you. But if you do it in the morning, you've already got that down. Then also, I already said this, set movement alerts on your phone. And you don't need a lot to start. Some people think they need everything, but with just yourself, you can do a lot of things. You can do jumping jacks, you can squat, you can learn push-ups. There's a lot you can do with just yourself and a mat. And if you have a jump rope, that even increases the possibilities for you. All right. So for tech organizations, I don't know if there are any representatives from organizations here, but I'm just going to suggest a couple of tips. Having like a little gym set up in your office can help your staff stay fit. You could have weekly in-house fitness sessions for your staff. You could reward active behavior. I saw something online the other day about an organization that was rewarding their staff that were not smoking by giving them extra vacation days. I thought that was interesting because they were trying to promote healthy living. And then you could also build a fitness culture. You could try to, have like maybe challenges for your staff. You could incorporate it in your team building sessions and things like that. And also, for your health insurance packages, you could ensure that they have coverage for access to gyms in that. And you know that if you have a healthy fitness culture, healthier staff, increased productivity for your organization. So you can always look into that. Now, we are going to look at simple DEX exercises. All right. We are going to start with some neck stretches. So you could put your hand just by your ear here and lean to the side. Very nice. And then try and lean to the other side. So this can help relieve your neck muscles. You can also do this to the back as well and to the front. Very nice. Now I want us to stand on our feet. Just keep your feet shoulder width apart. We are going to try to sit and stand, just like this. So this is called a squat, and it's something that you can do on your chair. Very, very easy. Now, there are so many variations of these exercises that you can do, but I think I can't go into everything today. But even push-ups you can do on your chair. You can do tricep dips. There is a lot that you can do. So but of course, a stable chair, please. So you don't go tumbling. All right. Now, we have a quick exercise we need to do because this is going to lead us into our discussion session. So I just need us to bring out our phones and scan this QR code. It's going to take you to a little a Google form that should take us about maybe 3 minutes to complete. So I just want us to just quickly answer those questions so that we can then use the responses for our discussion session. And this is just for us to talk about different barriers that we're facing, the barriers towards physical activity as a tech individual. So I don't just want to assume, so I want to get this information from you so that we can talk about exactly what pertains to you, right? So has everyone scanned the stuff? So let's quickly answer the questions. I'm going to give about 3 minutes for that. Let's just go through the form. Okay, let's start from here. Thank you. All right, so from what we can see here, we have a good number of us, about 27% of us here, have actually done some form of exercise. But then I think from the little stuff that I could see here, I'm seeing that a lot of people are concerned about maybe money, what it costs for them to start a fitness program. I've seen a lot of comments about time constraints, right? You feel like you don't have enough time to factor that into your schedule. I've seen, yes, they need more support when it comes to activities or exercises to do. And a lot of people would like an accountability partner. So what I really just want to ask is a simple question. If here you know that in the past month, right, you've done some kind of physical activity, you've gone to the gym, you've played football with your friends, you've done this at least twice a week. Can I see your hands up? Oh, nice, good number of hands, okay. Okay, so if you've done something like that in the past 6 months, can I see your hands up? Okay. If you've done something like that in the past year, can I see your hands up? Exercise, any kind of physical activity. I can see you, very nice. What about if you've not actually thought about exercise or you've not had the time to do it in the past 6 months or 1 year? Can I see your hands up? Okay. So the quick question is, if you feel like time is the reason, you feel like in your day you don't have enough time, Can I see your hands up? Okay, very nice. We are going to identify the problem. We are going to solve our problem by ourselves. So now let's think about how do we feel that we can create a 20-minute block of time in a day for exercise. Who has any suggestions? Think about it. Do you feel like you can create 20 minutes, just 20 minutes, that can give you a long-lasting benefit? Yes?
There's someone there.
Yes, they're bringing it. Okay, awesome.
Okay, so a suggestion to your question, how we can create at least 30 minutes regularly for exercise.
Yeah.
The best thing to know is to know your schedule. Some of us have more time in the morning, some in the afternoon, some in the evening. So when you have a written down schedule, you know the times when you're going to be free and the times when you're going to be busy. And you can plan that either to your home workouts or to your gym workouts. Because if you have times later in the evening, for example, you might be like, oh, the gym is closed, but like you can do it at home.
Exactly. Honestly, I don't think I could have said it better than what she just said. And I'm using this approach because I want you to hear it from someone like you can relate to. I don't want it to be like I'm coming here to just tell you what's ideal, but I want people that are also here that are living that life to let you know how they are doing it. And yes, that's a very good suggestion. If you know your schedule, you know that, okay, I'm always busy from 10 o'clock. You can do something at 7, right? If you know that, oh, I'm busy from like 6 a.m., but I have time from 8 p.m., you can do something at 8:30. So you just look at your schedule and find that time. All right, let's take the money. Yes, there's someone at the back.
So I have a question based on what you just said.
Okay.
So if my day starts at 10, and then I work out at like 9,
Okay.
I'll be tired and I won't be able to start the day properly. That's how I feel. And then if I decide to do it after work, I may be too tired from work to work out after. So
Okay.
how do I balance that?
Okay, that's a good question. So one thing I've realized from exercising in the morning, both from personal experience and from feedback from clients and people that I've worked with, is that working out in the morning actually makes you more energetic, right? Because you're working out, you're increasing blood flow to your brain, every part of your body. You get more alert. Even if the exercise itself might feel exhausting in that moment, by the time you shower, you have a drink of water, you have like something, you're already active, you're feeling ready to go, right? And even for the evening workout, you might feel really tired sometimes, but trust me, once you've done your warm-up, energy comes from nowhere, honestly. Sometimes it's just to find the simplest thing that can get you into that activity to do, and that can help you. So just try to find which time in your day can make more sense for you. Is it before or after? And also, you could plan on less busy days. You don't have to start off every day for now. You can just pick 2 days in a week or 3 days in a week. Start with those 3. Keep that routine. And with time, you could decide to increase that or just stick to that and just increase intensity as you progress. All right, let's look at the financial constraints. I saw that as a problem on the screen. Does anyone have any suggestions on how we can overcome that? If you're thinking that, yes, gyms are so expensive now, I don't want to take out a 40, 50K every month. So can I have a hand up for that? Okay, we need a mic here for this guy in front.
All right. So for the financial constraint, I feel the individual should probably just do some basic exercises at home. Like how I do now, the gym is quite far from my house.
Okay.
Unlike when I was in school, when gym was like easily accessible. So now that I can't access the gym, like I have to travel a distance if I can get there. I engage in basic squats, push-ups, like sit-ups to the wall, tricep dips and all. So I feel there are basic exercises you can use. You necessarily don't need gym equipment before you
To stay
get
fit.
to stay
I
fit.
agree. Thank you so much for that submission. So that's the thing. When it comes to money, I feel like that should be like the last reason on the list, honestly, because all you need is yourself. And if you feel like you need accountability, you can always maybe get a friend or a buddy that you can plan to do it together. Even if you're not in the same place, you can just call, okay, it's time, send a text, send a message, you know. But as long as you have yourself and we have YouTube, there's a lot you can do. There are many qualified professionals on there that actually give good exercise routines that you can follow from inside your house. And even there are lots of WhatsApp accountability groups and things like that that you can also lean into, right? So these are some of the options that you can use just to take out that money constraints from your problem. I think another thing I saw here was, please can we move, hello, can we move? I want to see one more constraint. I think we have time to take one more constraint. Okay. Let's go somewhere else. Okay, stop. Okay. Why does it keep moving? Anywho, I don't know what's going on, but let's just move on from something that I saw. So from what I noticed, about 75% of us, which is a very high number, we don't have any significant health issues that is keeping us away from exercising. That is really good, you know? That means that you can start. So you don't have to wait till next tomorrow. You don't have to wait till whenever. You can start tonight, or you can start tomorrow. You can make that decision and say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to take a first step. I'm either going to go join the gym close to my house, or I'm going to reach out to a trainer that I know to help me with this, or I'm going to, just take that decision to take control of my life and my fitness. Okay. Can we move back to the slides, please? All right. So while we are moving back, I just want to ask if anyone has any questions relating to what we had today. I'll just take like one or two questions, and then we can move on. Does anyone have any questions? Sir, have a question? Okay. You have a suggestion or an opinion? Okay.
Okay, my name is Ibrahim Bello. So I'm a software engineer.
Okay.
So basically, like sometimes you actually based on you actually suggested that we should actually go to the gym and help. Basically, it's actually for us to get better and also be able to like
Yes.
health-wise, basically.
Yes.
So, but there's a particular problem about that sometimes because if you based on our kind of work and how tasky it's always like, so we might not be able to like go for the normal
Gym hours.
gym what's it called activities because it's
Okay.
it's very exhausting and to get back to work would be very very hard
Okay.
initially. So like for me, I actually do something that's very simple and that thing gets me more prepared to anything I want to do as far as work is concerned.
Okay.
Like going out for running and probably like 30 minutes, it refreshes the body entirely, like more energy, and you don't even need to use any coffee at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You feel more energized and your body, your blood continues to like pump very well. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if
Thank
you
you
get
so
me.
much. Yes, actually, that is exactly what all been saying here. Walking and running, very good. And you just need yourself and your environment. And it's something you can easily do in the morning or in the evening. I always recommend it maybe when it's not too hot outside, but then that works. Yeah. So thank you very much for that. And even with the running, if you feel like you're not fit enough and you're not sure, you can start from walking. Then you could go to walk, run, maybe walk for like 3 minutes, run for 1 minute. You can progress from that. Walk for 3 minutes, run for 2 minutes. You could just have a blend as far as you are moving. And with time, you could just build yourself up to running. Yes?
Okay, so I have a question, right? How
Okay.
about dieting?
Dieting. So that's a very good one. So when we're talking about active living, of course, your diet is very important, right? And I don't like to use the term dieting. I like to use the phrase, make healthy diet choices. So what does that mean? It means that whatever you're eating, you just have to prioritize healthier alternatives. So look for more protein on your plate. Look for more complex carbohydrates on your plate, like things that like potatoes, like yams, like oats, things like that, right? Try to reduce processed carbs like Indomie, pasta. I know it's easy, but it's actually not the best, to be honest, if you're trying to really maximize your diet. Look at having more vegetables in your diet, on your plates. Look at having more fruits, and not just the sweet ones, right? Look at drinking more water. As you're sitting at your decks, there are lots of fancy cups these days that are graduated, and you can use them to track how much water you're drinking per day. So you could invest in something like that. And these are just little ways that you can also maximize health benefits for yourself. And diet is actually very key. I feel like to a large degree, if you have a very good diet, you just need a little bit of physical activity to support that and live a very healthy and active life. Because no matter how much you exercise, actually, you can never really outtrain a bad diet. So it's always good to have those healthy diet choices every day. Even if you go to a party or like a wedding, you could always look at the options that are there and just try to select healthy choices. If you go to a restaurant, same thing. Try to look out for, okay, what can I put on my plate that will serve my body better and not just taking everything that I see there. So thank you very much for that submission.
Okay.
And one thing I also want to add is sleep. Sleep is something that is underrated, especially I feel within your community, because you have to do a lot of work, and sometimes the night is the best time for you to catch up on a lot of work. And somehow, in the midst of all of that, there is no sleep, right? Like, some people are sleeping for less than 4 hours or less than 5 hours every day. And what you're doing when you make that a habit over time, you are just laying the building blocks for high blood pressure, honestly. And this one is a true story. So, not from me, but someone very close to me actually had that challenge. And we had to work on that, you know. So these are the things that I like to say. Think about sleep. Think about your diet. Then think about that active living. If you're able to find little ways to incorporate these 3 things into your life going forward, trust me, you'll have a much better quality of life. And that's just the honest truth. So I'm going to just focus on the key takeaways for today. And the first one is, try your very best to embrace an active break every hour or at least 2 hours. Swap screen time for steps. Try to move more and don't just sit on the couch. Even if you have access to a treadmill or a stepper at home, you know that if you have maybe a video to watch for work, or maybe you're on some kind of call, you can be walking and having your call. You can go on a walk and take your long calls, things like that. Make movement a priority in your day. Reduce your sitting and sedentary time. Begin a regular exercise program. And what is not here, but I'm going to add, is to try to improve your diet. And please try to sleep for at least 6 hours a day. Find the time. Create it somehow. It's important. It's for your health and for your future. All right, so we know that small changes can lead to big transformations. So I'm not asking you to go and work out for 5 hours today or tomorrow. You can start from 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Just build it up gradually. Get to that at least 30 minutes. If you have the time, you can build up to more. But just start small, take those baby steps that can lead you to a healthier life. And to bring it all to a close, we'll be sitting for some time, so we have to wrap it up, right? So I need everybody on their feet. Everybody on their feet, come on. We're talking about the dangers of sitting, so of course, we can't be sitting for too long in this session. I want to see if we still remember what we did at the beginning. When I said that walk was walk, and stop was stop, and say your name was say your name, and jump was jump. Do we remember? Okay. Now, we are going to end it by adding level 3 to it, okay? Now, in level 3, clap is clap. So can I see everyone? When I say clap, I want you to clap. 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 Okay, very nice. So we are going to just mix it up. So right now, stop is walk, walk is stop, say your name is jump, jump is say your name, and clap is clap. We are going to do it. Okay, everybody, stop. Walk. Say your name. Jump. Clap. Thank you very much.